What is JavaScript? JavaScript is a programming language that is primarily used to create interactive front-end web experiences, but can also be used on the back-end through technologies such as Node.js. It is a high-level, dynamic, and interpreted language that is supported by all major web browsers. JavaScript can be used to add interactivity to web pages, such as form validation, drop-down menus, pop-ups, and more. It can also be used to create complex web applications, such as single-page applications and dynamic user interfaces. It can also be used for server-side development using Node.js. JavaScript has a wide range of features, including filled circle event-driven programming, filled circle support for object-oriented and functional programming styles, filled circle support for asynchronous programming, filled circle ability to manipulate the document object model, DOM, to change the structure and content of web pages, filled circle ability to make HTTP requests to a server, filled circle ability to use and create libraries and frameworks. JavaScript has become one of the most popular programming languages in the world, and it's supported by all major web browsers. It's also used to build mobile apps with technologies like React Native and Ionic. It's also important to note that JavaScript is different from Java, which is another programming language. While they share some similarities in syntax, they are used for different purposes and have different capabilities. Guide for JavaScript. 1. First, you will need a text editor to write your JavaScript code. There are many options available, such as Visual Studio Code, Sublime Text, or Atom. 2. Create a new text file and save it with a JS file extension. For example, example.js. 3. Open the file in your text editor and add your first line of JavaScript code. For example, you can create a variable and assign it a value, var x equals 10. 4. To run your JavaScript code, you will need to include it in an HTML file. Create a new HTML file and save it with a HTML file extension. For example, index.html. 5. In the HTML file, include a script tag in the head or body of the document to reference your JavaScript file. 6. Open the HTML file in a web browser to see the results of your JavaScript code. In this case, the JavaScript code is simply creating a variable, and there is no visible output. 7. To see the output of your JavaScript code, you can use the console.log method. For example, you can print the value of the variable x to the console. Console.log x. 8. Open the browser's developer tools, usually done by right-clicking and select, inspect, or by pressing F12, and switch to the console tab to see the output. 9. You can also use JavaScript to manipulate the DOM, which is the structure of the HTML document. For example, you can select an element by its ID and change its text content. Document. Get element by id, my element, inner HTML equals, hello, world. As you continue to learn JavaScript, you will discover many more features and capabilities, such as working with functions, objects, arrays, and more. You can also use JavaScript frameworks and libraries such as React, Angular, Vue.js, and others to help you build more complex and interactive web applications. Please note that this is a basic guide and JavaScript has a lot more to offer. It's recommended to follow some tutorials or read the documentation to learn more about the language and how to use it effectively. 1. Creating variables and performing calculations. var x equals 5. var y equals 3. var sum equals x plus y. Console.log, sum, output, 8. 2. Manipulating the DOM. var myHeading equals document. Get element by id, myHeading. myHeading. Text content equals, hello, world. Here are a few examples of JavaScript code. 3. Working with arrays. Create an array of numbers. var numbers equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Use the for each method to iterate over the array. Numbers. For each function, number. Console.log, number. Closing curly bracket closing parenthesis semicolon. Output. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get an element by its ID. var myButton equals document. Get element by id, myButton. Add a click event listener to the element. myButton. Add event listener, click, function. Console.log, button clicked. Closing curly bracket closing parenthesis semicolon. 4. Handling events. The to make an HTTP request. Fetch HTTP URL e.com/todo/1. Then function response. Return response JSON. Closing curly bracket closing parenthesis dot. Then function data. Console.log data. Closing curly bracket closing parenthesis semicolon. 5. Making an HTTP request. Define an object literal. var person equals name, John. Age, 30. Say hello, function. Console.log, hello, my name is, plus this dot name. Closing curly bracket. Closing curly bracket semicolon. Access the object properties. Console.log, person.name, output, John. Console.log, person.age, output, 30. Call the object method. Person. Say hello, output, hello, my name is John. 6. Creating an object. Define an object literal. var person equals name, John. Age, 30. Say hello, function. Console.log, hello, my name is, plus this dot name. Closing curly bracket. Closing curly bracket semicolon. Access the object properties. Console.log, person.name, output, John. Console.log, person.age, output, 30. Call the object method. Person. Say hello, output, hello, my name is John. 6. Creating an object.